Hello, my name is Robert Brem. I'm your teacher. You may call me Robert, as I do not actually like titles very much. I believe that we are all in this learning experience effectively together, and at some level that makes us equals. The reason I am your teacher is because you believe that I know something that you think that you want to know. And so for the moment, I'm kind of leading this learning experience. But if you knew something that I wanted to learn, then you would be my teacher and I would be your student. So let's just agree that we're all in this learning experience together. I guess that's political lesson number one. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, because I believe it's important for students to know where their teacher is coming from. I'm a futurist and a psychotherapist. I teach public administration, political science and theory, and psychology. In everything I teach, I actually only engage with one subject, and that is philosophy. Philosophy is the search for the good, the beautiful, and the true. We cannot discuss anything in the social and behavioral sciences or in life if we do not have a good definition of what is good to guide us. And it is against this standard that we make all of our judgments and choices in life. Also, we are always driven by and in pursuit of what is beautiful, which serves as the inspiration in our lives. In everything we seek to do also in our lives, we are only as effective as these endeavors to the extent that we know what is true, and how we know what we think is true is actually true. So these themes guide my work with you in learning together. That said, my teaching philosophy is a narrative contextual systems approach. What does this mean? Effectively, it means that all of our lives are stories or narratives. These are the stories that our civilization tells us about ourselves through our culture, society, and our families. And then we, in turn, tell these stories about ourselves and to the world. And this is why we experience our stories as being real. These stories contextualize our private lives inside of our social and political lives, and inside of our lives at this time in history and civilization. That is, each of us is a system as a person. We live in and work in a social system and in a political system. And these are nested within a world system and a civilization. In all of these, we exist in our roles as persons, workers, and citizens. Therefore, real education should prepare you for life in these roles, in these systems, to be more effective, to enable you to reduce the ligatures that hold you back, and to open your eyes and your capacities to increase your options for action in the world. And by doing this, you will experience a greater set of life chances in your pursuits. Therefore, everything we do in learning together is grounded in this idea of systems and narratives. Magic is changing consciousness in accordance with will. Our goal is to engage with ideas and to challenge beliefs, and to make the agony of decision-making so intense you can only escape it by thinking. I am seeking to challenge you to always think about the things you think about in making your life choices, to expand your life chances. Change your stories, change your choices. Change your choices, change your consequences of your actions. Change your consequences, and you change your world. Thus, magic. Education is always about magic. So the way I seek to teach, and the way that I ask you to frame your efforts in learning, whatever it is we're studying together, whatever you're studying anywhere, is to ask yourself, what is it that I need to know from this subject, from this learning experience, from this time in school? As a person, what do I need to know as a worker, and what do I need to know as a citizen of the world in order to succeed in pursuing my preferred vision of myself in the future? Then the task for you as a student is to contextualize everything that we are learning together for yourself towards the goal of what it takes to make your preferred vision of your future self more probable than merely and only possible. And this is what we will be discussing in our in-person learning experiences. And this is what I also ask that you should be thinking about in terms of your learning efforts in the online components or in all of your readings that are sharing this learning experience with us. Because when we are reading, we are in fact sharing an experience with all the authors who come before us. So I'll walk with you on this journey, and I'll work with you, but only as diligently as you're willing to work for yourself. I'll be there for your questions, and I'll celebrate your breakthroughs with you as well. Please feel free to drop by my office whenever you wish to talk, and at any time during our classes. If you have any questions or wish to share your experiences, please ask them or share them, as I will always seek to try and contextualize what we're discussing in class based upon your own personal questions and experiences and tie that to the real world, which is, after all, where we're going to spend the rest of our lives. So thank you.